Thank you. We have Faty Blessing, followed by Rachel LaBelle. Faty? Hi, you're on, Faty?
Madam Secretary, that's indiscernible. Move to the next speaker.
Okay, Rachel LaBelle, followed by Andy.
Can you hear me?
Hi, yes.
Hi. I am speaking to call for the firing of Chief Moore, the arrest and prosecution of all violent LAPD officers, as well as the complete overhaul, reform, and defunding of the LAPD. The LAPD has proven that they will not hold themselves accountable. Our current DA, Jackie Lacey, has proven she will not hold the LAPD accountable. To everyone on this call this November, let's elect a DA who will. The LAPD do not want you to. Vote for George Cushcone this November. I yield the rest of my.
Thank you. Josh?
Hello? Says you muted. Hi. Can you
Hi, my name is Yasmin Watkins, and I'm a Black resident who works in the entertainment industry, and I'm a member of Black Lives Matter.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'd like to start by complimenting this commission's impression of a bunch of powerless babies. It was really spot on. Talking about the destruction of property in the same breath that you talk about the police beating peaceful protesters is pathetic, as if my friends and neighbors and fellow Angelenos being gassed and beaten by the LAPD is in any way equal to a Target getting its window smashed. It is so appalling, and I do not imagine someone as petulant and suffering from a persecution complex as severe as Commissioner Morse would ever have the humility and dignity to resign in the face of his complete and abject failure to rein in his racist, terrorist police force. So I'll just skip to demanding this commission and our worthless mayor fire him the second this meeting is over. As much as I'd love to see it happen live, it's important that he sit here and hear the grief and rage and hatred that the people of this city have for him. And as for the rest of you, your failure to do anything to protect the Black citizens of this city is absolutely pathetic. The LAPD needs to be completely torn down and rebuilt as a real community service, not a paramilitary that exists to protect property and act as its own gang force. And as for the mayor, he should be here. And I'd just like to say that it is pathetic that he did not manage to live up to the record set by his predecessor, who had to pay the city back for illegal gifts and is now an Herbalife spokesman. I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you. The next speaker, David Kantrowitz.
Hi, I am a 16-year-old young Black woman, and I just want to propose the question. Do you know the trauma behind watching countless Black men and women be killed by racist police officers? I was at the protest on Saturday. I chose to exercise my First Amendment right as an American citizen, along with hundreds of other people, to stand in solidarity to end the systematic racism that is in this country. As we yelled the names of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery, police officers laughed at us. They laughed in our faces. They shot at just countless peaceful protesters. Your officers were the ones that were being violent with us. Children in the crowd. There were elderly women and men in the crowd. I saw people ducking behind cars. People were running. And you are seriously going to sit here and say that it is our fault that an innocent Black man was suffocated to death? You should all be ashamed of yourselves. I'm 16 years old, and I know more than all of you. The fact that I can speak up about this type of shit, and you guys are in, what, your 50s, and can't even bring justice to all the countless Black men and women that have been killed? This has been a fight for as long as, since the beginning of time. You all said this when Trayvon Martin was killed. You said this when Eric Garner was killed. You've been saying this for years. So what are you gonna do now? What are you going to do? Is this just going to be a thing that you pass over? This is just a simple conversation that you have, and then everything goes back to normal? You should all be incredibly ashamed of yourselves. I'm done. Thank you.
First, the LAPD needs to stop using aggressive crowd control tactics immediately. Your jobs are to facilitate, so unarmed
is Leah Knauer, and I've lived in Los Angeles for almost 10 years. Chief Moore, you need to be fired without pay. You do not deserve for me to even address you as chief. You should be extremely ashamed of yourself. The police are paid by the people to protect and serve. To protect is defined as to keep safe from harm or injury. To serve is defined as to perform duties of service to the masses. What I saw from the protest, you had a chance to show that you are also against police wrongfully killing innocent American lives. You did not protect, you did not serve. You attacked, you antagonized, you instigated, you blamed. We are allowed to peacefully protest. You are supposed to protect and serve us. We the people. Black Lives Matter. In the words of your pedophile racist in chief, you're fired. Thank you.
Thank you. Tim Lay, followed by Megan Soderberg.
So good.
Okay, Rachel LaBelle, followed by Andy.